Very interesting, so that Murasaki don't really have like a pattern that they're like more likely to ban, because there's just one rhythm jack map in the entire pool. So they have to ban something of the density variety. I should take it a wall to the side. And we are seeing a difficult jack ban. We will not be seeing the hardest map in the pool be played in this match. Difficult jack being the outlier in star rating, of course. It is the most difficult pick in this entire pool. It is a bit over 6 stars. Well, I was seeing an instant first pick of Anchor Jack. We'll be seeing Nail Gun. It is a very interesting pick, I'd say. You don't really see Anchor Jack be picked first, just because it's such a different map. It's very easy to choke on it. It's very easy to get a very nasty column block. But if the players are confident in this BPM, Anchor Jack is very, very simple. Map is a bit on the longer side, 2.5 minutes. So small mistakes will not decide the entire pick. If a map is short and just doesn't have many nodes, a single 200 can make a large difference in the score. I was seeing Sue on Murasaki and Yuki on symbery lexes side. It's the teams of 2-1v1 tournament, of course, so players can swap anytime. Yuki actually starting absolutely perfect, just 1-300. Suin a little bit worse, but still within striking range quite easily. We're seeing the first anchors already. Both players holding pretty much perfect ratio right now. Suin fighting just a tiny bit more 300 at the very beginning, but pretty much full MAing this pattern now. Not to mention Yuki at only 2 300s right now, which is actually crazy. So the lead is slightly on symbery lexes side, it's seat 4. Oh my god, that's 100%. That is 100% without a full million score. What is this? It's like a 1 to 500 ratio. That is actually insane. Someone with 10 or more 300s, just a little bit behind, but just a minor slip up can change the tide of this big. We're seeing Yuki still on the advantage of 147 points. Just 7 300s less. That is actually insane. Catching a bit of a break and coming back to the anchors very, very soon. Right, getting into the another anchor part. Just catching a bit of 300s on the Yuki side on the jump trail in the bit before this drop, but still less than Suen currently. Those are two actually insane plays. It's getting closer. It's still on Yuki's side, but just any minor slip up coming from red team will result in a point for the blue team right now. The lead is pretty much non-existent, only a 200-300 difference. Are they going to 1 mil the last part? And they do! 42 points! 42 points of a difference. It is red team's points. That was very close in the ending. Actually, Yuki dropping just a tiny bit of ratio and Swin pretty much full and making the last drop. I don't think Swin got a single 300 on the last drop. That was very, very close. Very tiny lead. That was very, very scary. And we're seeing another very quick pick coming from symbery lexes, taking Rhythm Jack. Rhythm Jack, again, one of the technical picks, I'd say. Different snaps, different patterns, just a very unique pick in this pool. Alright, seems like the players are ready. Yuki probably staying in. And Suin. It looks like Suin also is staying for this pick. I'm not sure either. So it looks like we are seeing some technical difficulties. Just Mam need a bit of an up, and here we are. Just a bunch of misses. Probably did not happen. Yep, actually threw a single miss. That is very, very bad. Yuki, with, again, absolutely amazing ratio, still a tiny bit behind, but the miss is really what makes the difference. Still missing around the 400 combo mark, which just hurts quite a lot. We're seeing already a 7,000 point difference between the players. Yuki found a 200. So accuracy is actually on Suen's side, but the miss really makes a big difference. 6,000 points just because of one miss. Yuki finds another miss though, it trades, so the lead will slowly go back to Murasaki's side. This is a very uncharacteristic miss. Suen holding both, better ratio, better accuracy, same amount of misses, so the lead is on Murasaki's side just by a tiny margin. Just 1,000 points of a difference. And Suen holding up pretty well actually. Yuki fighting 300s every now and then, but Suen just full and making those patterns. Map is slowly coming to an end. It doesn't look like Suin will drop any accuracy anytime soon. And we are seeing 2 breakpoints in a row in the first 2 picks of this match. Both players fighting a single miss, and Suin just beating out Yuki on accuracy alone. Two breakpoints in a row is something that just does not happen often. All those picks were so close. This does not look like a Seed 4 versus Seed 20 match. Absolutely not. Pressing another instant pick, Suin going for the mini jack. Last round, the mini jacks were actually one of the hardest to get good ratio on, surprisingly. Mini jacks are again a little bit more technical, I'd say. Mini attacks being present quite a lot in just some regular technical maps, so we'll see how this goes. Considering Murasaki did win on the rhythm jack, like the actual true technical pick, there's a good chance they're gonna get a higher score here as well. And it seems the players are ready yet again. It seems like there will be no swaps again. Muradao and Vaidek just sitting on the bench just for a little bit more longer. Alright, we're seeing a pick now. Oh, okay, again, just missed half the map, but it's okay. Yuki with... Okay, that is a real miss, probably. Yuki finds a miss, soon also being them out in the ratio and accuracy, just getting a better play overall. 11,000 points in favor of Murasaki right now. It looks like it pretty much... It looks just dusted and finished. Soon just holding absolutely insane ratio on this map. Even without the miss, Yuki would have been still be behind. Map is slowly coming to an end already. It is again very, very short, only 2 minutes long. One miss, 1 200, just really matters quite a lot in this pick. It looks like Suin will be finishing this with another double as 999k actually. 17,300 compared to Yuki's 38. Not only was Suin's ratio better, also had better accuracy, of course, NFC. Yuki finding a very unfortunate drop somewhere halfway through this map, which just really hurts a lot. He lost like at least 10,000 points just from the miss alone. Alright, it's 2-1, and look, and so far, if this match continues to go on as it just did, Murasaki will be looking to make a very crazy upset against the Seed 4. Another very, very quick pick. We're seeing symbery lexes go for Dance Jack 1. You'll be seeing Nobody Dao, mounted by Uesta. Again, considering the density, this map is a little bit slower at 130 BPM. And also very short, it is only 1 minute 30 seconds long. So at 200, it's pretty much deadly. Not to just say a miss is deadly, because it's just done and dusted if you just find a single miss. Absolutely terrifying. Have to control your nerves on the short map especially. Oh no. Suen 3-200 in the very beginning. That is horrible. It will be very difficult to go back from this just because of the length of the map alone. Yuki still 1 million a quarter for the song. How? Ah, dropped the 1 million, but still 1 to 600 ratio. That is actually crazy. So it would have had pretty much the same score, just at early 200s. Probably coming from the offset lag, because for some reason also likes to lag, like freeze for a tiny bit when you have an offset on. Yuki still 1,300. Same as Suen, but again, the 200 at the very beginning when you're creating the score right now. Both players holding perfect ratio throughout the entire map. Map is slowly coming to an end, and Yuki with 1,300. That is a 1 million choke if they continue playing like that. Oh my god. 1,300 on this map at OD 8.5. That is actually an insane play. It is a 1 million choke. We could have seen a second 1 million score of this tournament. What a play. At least, even without those early 200s, Suen still would have had 4 300s, which is just results in a loss either way, so... I just cannot believe what I just saw. 1 300, that is actually crazy. Wow. Again, a very quick pick, players wanting to get this done with. We're seeing Team Murasaki pick Light Jack 1. Light Jack's on the other hand a little bit faster. This one has 155 BPM, again, just not as dense. So the players are ready yet again. I'm very surprised to see no changes happening in the teams. Like, there's a teams of 2 tournament and just seeing Yuki versus Sue pretty much every single map. Considering the score on Yuki's side on the Dance Jack 1, I think taking the other Dance Jack next is a pretty good idea. Maybe they'll just get a repeat of this kind of ratio. It is a similar kind of pattern, it is Dance Jack after all. But very similar BPM on top of it, so... Right, the players are playing, but unfortunately we're not seeing it on stream currently. Just some minor difficulties, it is okay. I'll make sure to update you as soon as the score is posted on the MP link. And it is confirmed that there have been no swaps yet again. It is Suen versus Yuki on this map. This map also being on the longer side. It is almost 3 minutes long. So it made it 49 seconds. At 155 BPM, so it is a little bit faster. As I said, it is light jack, so the BPM is a bit faster when the map isn't just as dense. So the overall difficulty is just about the same throughout the entire map pool, excluding the difficult jack, of course. And the players have finished playing this pick. Suin getting better ratio, actually, just fighting 100, and that really made them lose this pick by 531 points. So this point will go to symbery lexes again. Yuki getting 3,300 at a score of 999,480. Still, on the other hand, scoring, it is pretty much just a 999 choke, just with the 100, unfortunately. So this could have been Murasaki's point, but it is just unlucky that they have found a 100 in the play. Yep, there you go. That is how the match ended up. We are having some difficulties, unfortunately. Just also laser being a little bit funny sometimes, just doesn't like to work sometimes. As I said, Yuki with a bit of a worse ratio, but still getting better accuracy because of the 100 from Suin. And we're seeing another pick, and it is just as I said, it is Dense Jack 2, just following the trend of getting 1-300 maybe on the Yuki side. It is 3 minutes long. Again, it's a very long map compared to the other picks. Alright, so the players are ready. Again, no swaps happening. Yuki versus Suin. A bit of a banjo lag. Have to wait for Yuki to catch up. Alright, and we are pretty much live right now. Suin already fighting some 300s, but still very early days in this map, and it is very long, so the difference is pretty much non-existent right now. Looking just off the error bar alone, Yuki is just more comfortable on this map. It's just one line. Suin is a bit. Suin fluctuates just a tiny bit, but it's still only 2-300s of a difference. Anything can happen. Both players hitting the jump throw pretty much perfectly. No 300 dropped, and it looks like this map will be a ratio battle yet again. Yuki holding 1 million still. So we're pretty much getting 1 million after this initial 2-300s at the very beginning, and we're seeing 100% on Suin's side as well, despite the 2-300s. We are seeing pretty much a 1 million score right now, and the ratio of like 1 to 650, which is actually crazy. Yuki hitting just a tiny bit early, but still not dropping 8300. It is such a small difference between the players. Suin finding another 300, just making the lead ever so slightly bigger, but for Likara side it's only 300s compared to 1 million. We could be seeing a 1 million score on a 3-minute long map. That would be actually insane. Suin finding another 300. Some rolls, and both players are dropping some ratio on the rolls. Yuki fighting 6 300s, Suin a bit less, but still Yuki is in the lead by 4 300s currently. Suin rushing this jumper just a tiny bit on the very ending of it. Yuki, what is Yuki doing? We're seeing again 100% on score V2 without a million. This ratio is insane. Suin having twice as many 300s, but Yuki just looking too consistent on this pick. Map is slowly coming to an end. Both players holding on 1 million for a long time now. Since those initial drops in the roll. Map is coming to an end. Yuki in the lead just by a tiny bit. Anything can happen still. Both players fighting a 300 and Yuki comes out on top. 73 points of a difference. 999,883 versus 999,810. Those are actually insane scores. I cannot imagine getting so in score and still losing the point. That is just absolutely absurd. That was so close. Even though someone had like twice as many 300s, it was still insanely close. The difference was so tiny. And we're seeing another pick very quickly. Suin choosing full jack 1. Just like a reminder, symbery lex is banned full jack 2, so maybe full jack is just another kind of map. We'll see how this goes. We're seeing Glock at 123 BPM. It is one of the slowest maps in this pool, just because of its density. This full jack is just as dense as it can possibly get. Alright, looks like the players are ready. And they have started this map. Unfortunately, again, the stream just refuses to show us how they do. It is a very crucial point, unfortunately. Trying to fix it as soon as possible, so you can see if symbery lexes get to finish off this pick. This match in this pick, or does Murasaki win the point and continue on the match? Alright, we are seeing the map being played. Unfortunately, okay, there you go. There is the judgment. Still with the lead of 4 300s, coming slowly to the end of this pick. Anything can happen still, really. Yuki holding better you are, but catching just some more 300s. And Suing comes out on top, 98 points of a difference. What are these plays? What am I looking at? 2 300s versus 6 300s. Absolutely insane ratio. Suing, actually both players getting 100% on score v2 despite the 300 count. Alright, we're seeing another instant pick coming from symbery lexes. We're seeing mid jack 1, number 39. There's a very famous map of this song, just in a very Yuki looking to sharpshoot yet another map, maybe getting another very close score to 1 million points. Suin trying their best not to make Yuki win this match. Both players are ready very, very quickly. It is one of the longest maps in this pool. It's 3.5 minutes long. He's still in finding a 300 the very first node, I think. Just an unfortunate drop, but it doesn't really matter this early on in such a long map, I think. I mean, if Yuki holds on to 1 million, of course it matters, but there's a lot of time for Yuki to catch a 300 as well, so still very early days and anything can happen in this pick. Alright, getting into the first GI. Yuki still holding 1 million, Suin also holding 1 million after the very first node. Both players playing this map like also topos or something. We're seeing an Automat versus Automat 2 playing this right now. We're seeing a tie. They are tied with 1-300 both. It's just like a reminder, if there's a tie, they will have to replay. They have to replay this pick. Yuki finding another 300. Suin is in the lead right now. Just ever so slightly. It is tied against Suin finding a 300. Just hitting a tiny bit early. Getting into the bridge. Both players still tied at 300, pretty much fighting 300 at the exact same moments. Yuki in the lead. It's the one finding a 200. That is not good. It is not good for Suin. A 200 might be just GG unless Yuki also finds one. But Yuki finds a miss. Yuki misses. Suin comes out on top right now. 300 points of a difference on Suin's side. This could be tiebreaker. This actually could be a tiebreaker between seed 4 and seed 20. It is such a close match. The seeding difference does not matter at all. We'll be seeing a tiebreaker unless Suin finds a miss or a very nasty accuracy drop. 6,000 points in their favor, and it looks like it's like an end. Seeing the last patterns of this pick, and Suin still holding. Suin has to hold a full combo and hopefully no more 200s to win this, and they managed to do that. Suin managing to get to tiebreaker. We will be seeing Vacant Rhapsody be played between those two teams. Just like a reminder, the loser is not eliminated. They will be knocked down to the loser's bracket. This match is actually insane. We've seen 1 million chokes and we've seen crazy upsets and crazy chokes as well. We'll be seeing, again, I'll repeat this again, we will be seeing a tiebreaker, which is Vacant Rhapsody. Absolutely beautiful song, made by the legendary Penorari for Mania World Cup 7 key earlier this year. It is, again, it was a tiebreaker during the tournament, so it is a very, very long pick. It is 5 minutes long, and it is arguably like the hardest map in this pool. 6.2 stars OD8, 144 BPM. There's a lot of rhythm changes and just sound changes in this map, so it can be tricky to follow at times. Alright, no swaps again. Videx and Muradao not coming in for any of the picks this match. Still holding 1 million for a little bit longer. I'm saying that because getting 1 million on tiebreaker is actually insanely difficult, if not borderline impossible. Alright, getting through the intro. Map is going to become only harder from now on. Still with a tiny lead right now. Just 1/300 of a difference. Swing just finding... Oh no! Swing finding a miss actually! Swing finds the first drop of this tiebreaker, and Yuki will be in the lead right now. With both better ratio and of course the combo bonus. Swing missing at pretty much 1,000 combo, I'd say, around 1,000 combo, so... The score gap is impacted quite a lot. All misses after 400 combo just hurt as much as they can. Yuki is still in the lead in ratio. Just looking a tiny bit more comfortable on this map. Holding better you are as well. Doing 1/200 as well, just dropping just a tiny bit. Yuki in the lead still. Looking insanely consistent like we've seen before. Just choking at 1 million play this match actually. Ratio is actually very close, but still on Yuki's side. Sylvan finding another 200, and of course the miss they found before just really hurting them right now. 300 points, sorry, 3,000 points of a lead. Already halfway through this map. We've already seen some rhythm changes. We're seeing some rolls, some trills. Yuki finding a 200. But it's still not enough. Yuki's still in the lead to win. The miss really hurting his score right now. Seeing some anchors right now, and Yuki still being soon in accuracy despite the miss. Still holding better ratio and less 200s. We're getting to the break part finally. Again, this pick is very long, at 5 minutes long. Yuki actually dropping some ratio. Never mind, Suin does doing so as well. Oh no! Oh, that was a terrible 200 drop coming from Suin. Also at 100. Their accuracy really suffering after this part. Also, of course, the combo difference. Yuki still holding the full combo and better accuracy. And it is looking like Yuki is winning right now, but it'll all come down to the last drop of this map, which just does not stop until the very end right now. And it will only get more intense later on. Suin dropping more ratio, Yuki increasing their lead right now. Almost 4,000 points currently. Seeing some trails, both players hitting flawlessly. Alright, most intense part of the song, and both players holding out perfectly. Map is slowly coming to an end. Last like 100,000 points left. This is the last section of the song, outside of the outro. Here it comes, the last top, the last true part. Suin's still behind just by a tiny bit. Suin has to hope Yuki finds a miss very soon if they want to score the point. Score a point, win the match. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. It is just a few notes left on the outro, some slow streams, and Yuki wins. Team symbery lexes not allowing Murasaki to make an upset in this tournament. As of right now, at least. Still a very close match. Yuki with an amazing performance on the tiebreaker, and I'm gonna mention the 1 million choke again, a 1/300 play we've seen before. Actually amazing performance from both players. But unfortunately for Murasaki, it is just not enough. And both teams will be playing again next week. Symbery Lexes still in the winners bracket. They'll be facing Omura, a seed 5 team, so pretty much as close as it gets. And as for Murasaki, they're knocked down to the losers bracket, where they will face this higher alter ego, the Russian team, seed 23 versus seed 20. So in terms of seeding, Murasaki has the advantage, but what we've seen just now, seeding does not matter. We've seen seed 20 make seed 4 go to tiebreaker. Actually, insane performance from both players. And I think that is it. That was me, cycozgrzyt, commentating this match. And thank you all for watching. And good luck to all the players in the future stages. Goodbye.
Thank you.